How did you manage to stain the shirt in 2 hours of wearing it? Okay.
Shit happens when you party naked, right?
Obviously, it wasn't naked. It stained the shirt.
Well, he used the shirt to clean up the stains on his naked body.
It.
Anyway. Right.
Whoa.
Oh. All right.
Oh, we started? Okay.
Yes, we started.
I'm Oliver the Ricketts.
I am Brittany.
And I'm Marco.
We're about to go see Shane Black's newest Predator movie.
Predator.
The Predator.
I'm excited only because I love Shane Black. He directed my favorite movie of all time, which is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And there are very few movies of his that I don't like. But I was thinking about it today, and I'd say the two that I like the least are his franchise films, which would be the original Predator and Iron Man 3.
You don't like the original Predator?
I don't not like it, but when you hold it up to everything that he did after that,
True.
I would never pick Predator
In a
over
vacuum,
like...
it's great.
Anyway,
Sure.
I don't know what to expect really. I've never seen the original Predator, saw like 10 minutes of it, and that was about 7 years ago. I don't think these kind of movies are really my thing, so I'm not excited because I just love seeing new movies anyway, but I don't really have many expectations. I'm expecting to not like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things saying that this is not going to be great. Number one, Arnold Schwarzenegger turned it down because he didn't like the script. The last thing that Arnold Schwarzenegger did was fucking kill Gunther, and if anybody saw that, that was dog shit. That's not great. And the trailers haven't been great either. It looks like it doesn't know what it wants to do. But to be fair, I've never seen a Shane Black trailer that I've liked other than the Iron Man 3 trailer.
Yes.
I'll be real psyched up if Carl Weathers shows up making a stew.
That'd be cool.
We can do with it.
Movie, I just imagine it to be like a cheesy, mediocre action film.
You know what I imagine it to somewhat be like? Rampage. That's what I'm like feeling like
But
it's
without
going
The
to be
Rock.
like.
And
But
The
without
Rock
The
was
Rock.
like the only
Right.
good thing
Yeah.
about the movie.
And that's because I don't know what to expect, but like in my mind is trying to associate it with something, and I feel like I'm going to think
Right.
of like Rampage.
Who-
And instead, it's
so-
going to be Keegan-Michael Key, you know.
Right.
Who else is in it? So Keegan-Michael Key.
Keegan is in it.
Olivia Munn.
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K.
Sterling K.
Brown.
Brown.
And then the main characters.
I didn't know Olivia Munn was in this movie.
Just hoping for some style and a little bit of that stupid dialogue that he does.
All right, let's go see the movie.
Alright.
See you on the other side. Sure, you don't want to lift the camera up to get that optimal angle.
Honestly, that's probably the reason people are watching. You want just because I do that? Wait,
There we go.
I see you, Jeremy. We just saw the Predator.
The Predator.
The Predator.
I think we all have somewhat different opinions, but I think swaying towards the same thing. I thought that movie was fucking awesome. I really was blown away by it. I know I'm not in the majority of people who are saying that.
Based on Rotten Tomatoes, you're not.
Oh my god, so many things about it just worked for me. It was so different for a sequel to one of these fucking movies. I was so glad that we got out of the fucking woods and we're not doing the same thing over and over.
Even though we were in the woods.
Well, but by the time that we got to the woods at the end, they had given me enough to give a shit about.
Yeah.
So that I wasn't just there the whole time watching army men go after an alien.
I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I expected it to be worse. I wouldn't say pleasantly surprised, but it had some good in it, but quite a bit of bad for me.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but then again, I had very little expectations. I think my only expectation was that I wouldn't enjoy it, so I would say then it was a plus for me because I did enjoy it. Not really my kind of movie. If you had said to me, "Oh, it's on TV, let's sit down and watch it," I would have been like, "Nah, I'm not into that."
Hard.
Also, not
R-rating.
into a lot of like jump scares, which of course they're gonna
I feel
do.
like there weren't that many jump scares.
I don't think that the movie set out to scare you.
Yeah.
I think it
No.
set out more to be just an action movie.
But when you start adding that element of like, here's this creepy predator alien thing, like there are gonna be times where they're jumping out at you
Right.
and, you know, doing that thing just because that's the nature of the animal that they've created. But that I'm not into that. But it's not a big deal. Otherwise, I enjoyed it. It was a lot funnier than I thought. You have to get through the first like half an hour.
Though I think it really was just trying to be a dark comedy, which is what Shane Black does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
the strongest part of this movie, and you can tell it's kind of split between what he wants to do and what the studio wants to do.
Yeah,
Because
there was definitely, you kind of felt it
Right.
at points.
Because when you walk in, it's very much like, okay, I'm sitting through Independence Day 2. You know, it's
It was
like
they were going back and forth.
yeah, this was written by a computer, you know, as until you hit maybe like 20 minutes in, and then suddenly it's Shane Black's script and everything is hitting really well, and
Yeah.
the dialogue is great, and the
There
jokes.
was somebody in this movie that said, I want people to enjoy this. Like, there was somebody in the background coordinating, and I'm going to lean towards it. It was Shane Black saying, throw these things in here because people will enjoy that. Put that in there. Don't just have it be, oh, this army man encountered this thing and now they're trying to kill him, but the thing is trying to kill all of them and blah, 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 blah. It could have very easily
Right.
fallen into that, like Independence Day 2, which is what we're talking about. But it didn't. It did have somebody in the background kind of puppeteering everything, saying, no, you have to add all this stuff in because let's not do...
Make it different.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not do what we've done.
And the things that work in it work great. I mean, I think the strongest part is the team of guys that are
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the trailer, which again, whoever cut that trailer should be fired. I thought we were going to the jungle. It was going to be military strike force versus Predator. And what we got wasn't like that at all. A band of misfit army rejects, you know, coming together in like a really entertaining and a really funny way to fight the Predator. And the other plus of it is that the Predator's not in the movie that much. When it's at its worst is when it's dealing with the Predator himself. There's a lot of stuff where you're seeing Predator in different environments that he's not usually in, interacting with different things, different situations. And I thought if we could have done that the whole movie, it would have been like top shelf, one of the best sequels they could have done.
All right, so we've heard what you like about it. What didn't you like about it?
And
The first
lot
half
of it-
hour of the movie, honestly,
Yeah.
like it was
Slow.
so rushed, and like I feel like they were just running through everything.
I just said it was slow, but
Well, it was rushed in a slow way.
It was,
it
yeah,
was slow
was.
in like actual physical action, but it was rushed in like plot.
yeah, a lot of things that were unnecessary at the beginning, which again is why it feels like a hive mind wrote the first
Yeah,
act. you know,
it was
like-
very jumpy, and especially
Right.
in the beginning.
And very generic, like very like, okay,
Okay,
this
this
is
is
the
just
formula
another movie,
for-
yeah.
yeah.
Which is why I was so pleasantly surprised when it changed
When it's finally
tones,
shifted,
you know?
yeah.
Because, and that's another thing that I just like when Shane Black deals with holidays. All of his other movies take place at Christmas, so it was interesting to see him do Halloween,
yes.
which I thought was cool. And if the whole movie had been that, it would have been fantastic, you know? Because at a certain point, the different vibes that you're getting are like Stranger Things meets like Scooby-Doo
That's exactly
meets
what
like...
I said in the beginning, that it, or in the middle, that it feels like adult Stranger Things.
Right.
Again, back to what you didn't like, because we somehow
Okay,
reverted
well,
back
I
to
did
what you
not
liked.
I really liked some of the casting in this movie. Some of it was very good, but I also feel like some of it was really bad. Like, and the really bad for me was the top name actors, which was Olivia Munn and Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
I feel like Sterling K.
Yeah.
Brown's character was kind of just like, you were like,
Ridiculous.
what the fuck is happening? His character just felt really like weird.
It was weird, like, and you get introduced to his character like right away, basically. But the thing is, he's got this attitude and like this swagger and this like demeanor, like
He's trying
but you
so
have-
hard to
and
be
you-
cool,
Yeah, he's trying
like-
so hard, but it's like you have no backstory or reasoning why
No
or
idea.
motivation or anything.
You just know that
See,
he's
why
like
he's
around.
why he's like that, and I didn't really get it. Like, I just kind of felt like it was silly, like he was being like like a caricature of a real person.
I don't know. I thought that worked for me. I like the little like whatever laugh. I like his like kind of like,
But see, like,
I'm an asshole
that's why
and you don't
I would have
like
liked
me.
him better in the other role. 'Cause
Right.
If you put all of that towards that other role, it would have made that role that I did enjoy very much even better.
But see, I think you need him as the main villain, because if the main villain had been the Predator, we would have
No,
lost a lot
I think
of
there
things.
still could have been that role, but I just
Right.
don't think it should have been Sterling K. Brown, is what I'm saying. I feel like it would have been fine if it was just some other person, and I feel like Sterling K. Brown would have been better in that other role. It just would have worked better for me personally.
I thought as the movie went on, you know, I wanted to see him get fucking shot in the face, and that was the point. There are things I didn't like but they're just so outweighed by all the things that I think are, number one, not being appreciated by the people who are reviewing this movie, and number two, just things that we don't get to see in sequels like this anymore.
Oh, letter grade?
Yes.
I'll go last.
Yeah, because he's gonna have the highest grade.
You can go first,
I'm
Britt.
definitely gonna have the highest grade.
I give it a B, only because it exceeded my minimal expectation. I thought it was funny. I actually enjoyed it. I would see a sequel to it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a B.
See, now, and I think that's something really good that can be said about this, because
You would see it, yeah. You'd see it.
Yeah.
Right.
A sequel.
people who don't like The Predator could walk into this movie,
I've
stick it
never
out
even
for
seen it,
20
yeah.
minutes, and you'll have a great time with it. The fact that you can't say that about any other Predator movie
The-
except the original.
Yeah, the
is-
original-
The only thing is, I don't think the reasons why I liked it so much this time are going to be in a sequel.
Oh, of course not. And that's what I like so much about this movie is
Right.
Yeah.
we haven't had anything like it, and we're not going to see it again.
I'm gonna give it a passing grade, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
So a C plus.
Okay.
And the plus basically goes for similar reasonings to you, Britt, as I would see a sequel for it. There were parts where I was pleasantly surprised. It did its job, but there was also a lot of things I had problems with. Oliver, with your A plus grade.
I don't think he's gonna give it an A
No,
plus.
but
I think he's gonna give it an A.
it will be an A.
We'd give it an A.
Yeah.
And it's very close to being an A plus, because the second and the last act minus about 20 minutes work great for me. That's the ideal movie that I would like to see from when you tell me Shane Black directed a Predator movie. That's Shane Black's Predator right there, you know. If we had cut that beginning, it would be an A plus. I had so much fun with it. I don't care what anybody says about it.
With you on the statement that like if the first 30 minutes of the movie are cut, it would be a lot better. If that was done better, it would probably be like a B plus for me.
There's more good in the movie than there is bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay.
Good.
Predator.
Yeah. The
Right on
Predator.
reviews. Thanks for watching.